You always wondered what those roach clips you used back in the 60s were for? Now you know.
No, I knew what they were used for.
I mean, they're still not used for that. So the deal with this is, again, this is Teflon, so that it can not abrade the bird as it goes around. But we want to pin off these so that when I pull it to get over the bird, it doesn't pull out, and then we have to restring it, and that's a real hassle.
And tell me again how much those weigh?
This whole transmitter weighs about 25 grams with the harness and everything. And the bird's a kilogram, so 2.5% body weight's perfect. 3% to 5% is fine. You could probably carry 25%, but try not to ever put anything on more than 5%.
How does it affect his sex life, this bird?
I think it's going to be good for him. I don't know. I hope he's... We'll check and just confirm, but I'm pretty sure it's a male. So anyway, his wings are going to go through here. We're going to adjust this. So I'm going to need... This is where it gets tricky. I'm going to need you to help hold while we get this adjusted. And then we just crimp those down, trim it off. He's good to go. So we got to get him out of there. They usually are very calm. It's certainly too dark like that. It's not going to be so calm when it gets out here. As much as we can, I'm going to need to bring it in out at a time. You can. I think actually, Mark, it's going to be better if you take that in. Yeah. Go there, and you're going to just give me one wing at a time. But don't let go. Scott, you remember that? Don't let go. Thank you.
Stay to the path.
Stay to the path. We're going to fix that.
Can I get something for you?
Yeah.
What?
There's some athletic tape in that. Go ahead and grab athletic tape in there. First aid tape. Maybe in the little zipper pouch on the side there.
You doing a video?
No, maybe not part of it. Yep. Yep.
This?
Yep, tear off a piece about that long.
How long?
4 inches, 5 inches.
Okay, we're going to put it on his bill. Don't let go. Gets loose now, we're in trouble.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I need this one.
Is anybody else's heart beating?
Now we just make sure we...
He's like, I'm good, he's out of the way. More grub for me.
So what we want is we want to make sure this little bow tie is right over its sternum, which is here. So that's the nice thing about having this adjustment in the middle, is we can make that, and then we work the Teflon down to the skin so that there's no... Look, she's molting, or he's molting. There's some new feathers coming in there. So it's good in that it's done breeding. Wouldn't be molting now if it was still breeding.
So you get it down on the skin so it doesn't interfere with flight or.
Well, it's so that we don't get fooled into thinking it's tight, and it's not. See what it takes over
He wants to, yeah.
The problem with putting these on is you put them on too loose. And then the bird loosens them up and gets caught on something. We don't want that to happen. That's in the right place. This is really I could use one more hand here. You could hold this.
Oh, they're coming down here, guys.
Car.
So is she gonna run over the trail?
No, it's all.
Packed in. Just the hamburger buns.
Just copper pipe. Just works well. We have to cut them and let's turn it all the way. It's a brood patch. That's a brood patch. You guys all see that?
Mm-hmm.
It's scaly. So this may be a female then.
So male ravens never incubate.
They don't. They will lose some feathers there, and they will sit on the nest, but they don't have a functional brood patch. This is clearly a brood patch. See all the red vascularization there? Feathers just starting to grow back in now after the molt. So it's a
She had
female.
babies in a nest still, do you think?
Done. She's already molting. She's done breeding.
How about feeding the babies?
May still be feeding them for sure.
Grab the wings.
Okay, I got them.
Can you tell how old it is?
It's an adult, this bird. That's all I can tell you. It's got a black mouth. I'll show you. when we're done here.
Have you ever learned how to do the first one?
Let's watch somebody else. Actually, students and I developed these techniques. We came up with the copper things. Some friends in Norway had the thing in the middle. They use silver instead of copper, but same idea. I'd never done that. I'd always sewn, so we had like a H harness.
And this,
But this is a lot faster, and you get a much better fit easier. And that's the key thing with putting something like this on the bird. You want to make sure it's well positioned.
Two-way.
Yeah, so what I'm doing is I'm checking now to see how tight it is against her. I'd like to be able to get my fingers under there, so I'm going to loosen up the back a little bit. Now I can get my fingers under. She's got plenty of room there to grow into that. The thing is still over the sternum in the middle there. Really feels pretty darn good to me.
Excellent.
I think
Yep.
and really double check everything and
Mhm.
can't have those feathers
That'd be
together.
great.
I wonder what the raven thinks. What is happening?
I'm
not gonna eat that bread anymore.
Yeah.
Pull it back on my thing.
Do a little fray job there.
Do the fray job so that it won't do that on the bird and be hanging out.
Do other birds or ravens react to these things on their backs?
They
at
may.
all?
I've seen them preen. Well, you saw in the
Yeah, yeah,
movie last
okay,
night, the
yeah.
parent preening the young.
Uh-huh.
But this is a nice black one. I don't think this is
Why wasn't she calling or crying after she was caught before you?
They never do. That's a good idea. They never vocalize when you have them like this. They're actually very calm.
So once that's frayed out a little bit like that,
It won't
it's
fray
just
anymore.
more-
This thread catches and
Uh-huh.
it ties.
Stops.
We used to glue them, but the glue is a problem with super glue. You get a little drop that goes all the way in there. Bad news. All these things that I'm telling you are things that we've done. That's why we know they're a
A little
problem.
beat there, huh?
So what about that?
She'll wipe it off. Okay, you got it. The only thing I want to do, yeah, I got it. Go through the flap a little bit, and we can make sure that. So see the inside of her mouth?
Mm-hmm.
That's what they do. They twist like that.
Oh, that.
Yeah, that's it. I deserve it. Don't I?
And you put that band on it?
Band's on. Yeah, I just put that on.
But not the colored,
I'm not going to put a color band on her because I'm not going to follow her closely.
You're gorgeous.
It is a nice looking bird.
Now she has
Yeah,
Another
walk out.
reward. She doesn't know what a reward she is for all of us.
For you guys, yeah.
Yeah.
for us, yeah.
So when you get all the pictures you want, I'm going to just let her go right off my leg. She'll fly right up here. Got it?
Hold on.
Anybody want to touch her before we let her go?
She's like, yeah, I'm not so big on this.
You want to touch her? Let me just get her head a little bit.
She'd like to rip that little down jacket right off of your arm.
You can see the feathers growing in on her wings though. Serious feet.
Yes, it is.
Okay, we good?
What an experience.
Always does. They always do that.
Yeah.
She did it there and not on us.
Congratulations. Yeah.